What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'll be doing a mastery guide. I was top 90 in Canada, so I'll tell you the best ways to reach masters and my experience with masters, and tell you everything that I know about how to reach masters. So yeah, without making the intro long, let's start with the video. Now, the first thing you want to do is try to get your rank as fast as possible. Now, there's a lot of factors that can lead up to how fast you can get ranks, and I'll explain, and I'll also explain my experience. So first of all is, do you go solo or with a team? Now, personally for me, what I do, so from bronze to legendary, I'm going to play with a team. So up to legendary, I play with a team, and when I'm legendary, I go solo, and I'll explain why. So the reason I play with a team up to legendary is because, first of all, I know what my teammates are doing, and I know what players I'm playing with. So if I'm playing with players that I invited to my team, we can decide some strategies we're gonna go. We can decide, hey, you wanna do the kit plus a tank combo, you wanna do this. We can decide beforehand what we're gonna play, and also I know the experience or how well they're gonna play. But if you're playing with randoms, you don't know how good they are and if they're just gonna mess up the game, because there are some times where if you're losing at the beginning just a little bit, your randoms are just gonna stand AFK and start spinning thumbs downing for no reason and just make you lose the game, which can get really frustrating. So that's why I play with a team up to legendary, and even though you get a bit less evo points, I think it's still worth it because you're playing with people that you know, and you're also playing with people that have experience, not like some randoms that feel like they're playing like they haven't played the game at all. Also, another thing you can do is when you're playing ranked and you don't want to lose that much evo and gain a lot more evo, is to play someone that's a higher rank than you. For example, if you're mythic and you play with a legendary player, you are going to be getting a lot more evo points and you're going to be losing a lot less. But the bad thing is, the legendary player is going to be gaining barely any evo, and also he's going to be losing a lot more evo. So it's going to be kind of hard to find someone that wants to do this, but if you're a really good player and the other player wants to also get some points, just a little bit of points, and agrees to the deal, or he just wants to help you out, then you can get your ranks a lot faster. Alright, now that we're done with matchmaking, let's go into which brawlers you should level up. Now, there is a big difference if you have bad brawlers leveled up and good brawlers leveled up, because if you have bad brawlers leveled up, it's going to be a lot harder to play. Now, when I notice that I'm playing on my main account, I have every brawler maxed out, so I can go any brawler I want. But, stupid me, on my mini account, I don't know why I did this. So, before, I thought if I can get every brawler to level 9, that's going to be the smartest way to play just Brawl Stars. And now I kind of regret it. I wish I just focused on specific brawlers to level up to power 11. So I'll tell you what to do and what you should avoid doing. If you guys are new to Brawl Stars, or are players that are returning to Brawl Stars, or whatever, you're pretty new or you're pretty low trophies, what I would suggest to do is upgrade your brawlers to power 11 and upgrade specific brawlers to power 11. And what I mean by specific brawlers, I mean meta brawlers. And I'll explain brawlers that are pretty meta in ranked and the best brawlers that people choose in ranked. So starting off, I noticed when I play on my mini, it's pretty hard to upgrade brawlers to power 11 because of how hard it is to get gold right now. So what I would suggest to do if you're low on gold or low on supplies, like power points, what you should do is get masteries. Just grind bronze 1, bronze 2, grind those masteries and get that gold. Now, grinding masteries can be pretty easy, especially just if you need 600 mastery points for the first mastery. I think it's 600 points, I'm not sure, but it's pretty easy to get a lot of gold with masteries. And if you get a lot of gold with masteries, it's a lot easier to level up your brawlers. Now, you may be asking, which brawlers should I level up? Which brawlers are meta? And which brawlers should I play? And I'll tell you everything right now. You know what? To make this easier, I'm gonna make a tier list right now on my computer, so I can just look at the brawlers, because I'm going to mess stuff up if I just say it on top of my mind. So yeah, I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so I'm done with the tier list. And I did change the colors a bit, and the reason is so you don't get confused with which brawlers are better or not because of the colors. So I did change them. So now I'll explain my tier list, and how I'll explain it is basically row 1 means the top row, starting at the top going to the bottom. Alright, so to start with row 1, those are basically the brawlers that are really good and meta right now, but I think they do need their hypercharge in order for them to be good. Now, row 2 are cheap brawlers that you do not need their hypercharge, and they're really good without their hypercharge, and you don't really need them. As you can see, some brawlers don't even have a hypercharge, so you can upgrade those. But if you're asking which brawlers you should upgrade the most, or which brawlers that I would suggest the most out of the whole tier list to upgrade, would be Gale, Meg, Melody possibly for Heist, Surge, El Primo, Byron, Barry, Piper, Rico, and I think Nita is pretty underrated just for soccer and heist, so I would also say Nita. Now, at the end of the video, I will record the best builds, so if you are wondering which builds you should go for the brawlers, I will put them at the end of the video, and I just don't want to disturb the video right now and just put them right now. So yeah, if you're really interested about the builds, then you can wait until the end of the video or skip to the end of the video if you're not interested in the next topic. Alright, so row 3, I would only suggest upgrading these brawlers to max level if you are good with them. Now, the best example I can give you is Dynamite players. You know they're either the best players in the world and they play like they are in esports level, or they're gonna play like they just started the game. And you can pretty much see this in ranked, so there's literally no in between. I don't think I ever saw a normal Dynamite player that is bad and good. I think it's either they're good or bad. So I would only suggest upgrading these brawlers if you know how to play them. And if you know how to play them really good, then I would suggest upgrading them. And if you know how to use the brawlers to the advantage. If you don't know how to play the brawlers, or if you're not comfortable playing the brawlers, then I wouldn't really suggest playing or upgrading those brawlers. So the 4th row is upgrade these brawlers as backup, or if you don't have the meta brawlers. Now, you want to play these brawlers if you're not comfortable playing with any of the brawlers I listed before, or if you don't have any of the brawlers I listed before. And if you don't, I would suggest upgrading these brawlers. Now, I know some of you are gonna be saying, why is Chuck there? Now, personally, in my opinion, I think Chuck gets glazed so much. He's not that good in heist. Like, first of all, he's only good if the other team is not rushing the safe. Otherwise, I personally think that is going to become a 2v3, and the person who has Chuck on the team will just be a free supercharge for the other team. For example, if I ever see someone go Chuck on the enemy team, I'm going to go brawlers that I can get my super and that has a good super. For example, I can go like Crow, because if I get his super and I also have his hypercharge and I just wait for the Chuck to come, I can easily get my super like that, and I can deal so much damage to the safe that way. Or even like if I'm playing Colette, I can easily just start charging my super. If I just stand in the middle, wait for it to come, I charge my super, and then I attack the safe. And that's why I don't think Chuck is that good, but this is my opinion. So if you don't agree with me, just keep on playing Chuck. Now, if you guys don't understand what I'm talking about heist. Now, Chuck is only good in heist, and he might be good in hot zone if you play Chuck really well. Otherwise, he's only good in heist. Now, another thing you want to do is upgrade the brawlers for their specific game modes. Now, the best way I can explain this is if I make another tier list. So here I go to make another tier list for you guys. So when I was making the tier list, I realized that some brawlers are also good for other modes. So this tier list won't be really as accurate as, you know, if I made it split into different orders, but that would take so long. Like, I don't know how long that will take if I put them specifically in like bounty slash heist, bounty slash knockout. Would take really long. But basically, bounty and knockout is the same brawlers basically, and I tried to put the brawlers in their best modes as best as I could. So this is kind of like an idea to give you which brawlers you should upgrade for which modes you want to play these brawlers in. And of course, some of them may be banned, as there's a banning system in ranked, so you should at least maybe have like 2 or 3 if you can. But I would really suggest upgrading some of the good for all/most game modes brawlers. Like, upgrade one of those brawlers that I put in the top row, and at least maybe upgrade like 1 or 2. The best suggestion I would tell you to upgrade is Gale and probably Barry, as they're really good. Now, I'm still not done with the game modes because there are currently 2 modifiers, and I'll basically tell you which brawlers are best for those modifiers. So to start it off, let's start with the healing modifier. I will not be doing a tier list for this modifier, as there are only some brawlers that are good for this modifier, and I'll explain it right now. So the brawlers you kind of want to play if they are good for the mode is Barry, Byron, Leon if you have the healing star power, Pam if you're good with Pam and only in hot zone. I would really suggest to play Pam for this modifier. Possibly Poco, I don't really know, I never tried Poco in that mode. And possibly Dog, I don't know if Dog is better in that mode with his star power. And the best brawler for this mode in my opinion is Kit, but only if you go the tank plus Kit combo. And the reason it is so good is because if your teammate goes Frank and you pick Kit, your gadget will heal your teammate 5600 HP. I think that's how much it heals, because I'm pretty sure I always saw 5600 HP, as it can change depending on the brawler's health. But yeah, it heals like 5600 HP, and also Kit does heal a lot more. So the Frank plus Kit combo is really OP. And if they ban like Frank, then you can just go either Buster or Draco instead. And the only time you want to play this is if the mode is correct, like for example Knockout or Brawl Ball possibly. But yeah, alright, and now let's talk about QuickFire. Now for QuickFire, I will make a tier list, so here I go to make another tier list for you guys. So I'll be back really soon. Alright, so I finished the tier list, and basically the top row is the brawlers that are really good in QuickFire. Now the middle row are brawlers that do not work in QuickFire or are bad brawlers for the game mode, which is either Brawl Ball, Hot Zone, whatever, so they wouldn't be good for QuickFire in that specific mode. And the bottom row is basically, I do not know if QuickFire works with these brawlers, as I never played these brawlers in QuickFire. That's what I'm basically trying to say. And yeah, so the top brawlers you do want to upgrade, especially Ems, Gale, Jean, Griff, Meg, Rico, and like Shelly if you know how to play Shelly. But yeah, that is the brawlers you want to go for QuickFire. And the last thing you want to know for Masters is lane control. Now, if you're interested in knowing more about lane control, you should watch this video where I explain about lane control. Now, just skip to the part where I was talking about lane control. But other than that, thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, consider leaving a like and subscribing. Otherwise, have a good day. And now I'll put the brawler builds that you guys were waiting for maybe. So yeah, here are all the builds for the brawlers that I use most of the time. So if you are upgrading brawlers, you should possibly use my build if you think it is good. So yeah, thank you guys for watching again, and see you next time.